So it's like 5:30. I'm heading over to do fasted cardio. Got 3 weeks out. This is kind of a new thing that the cardio was added in to dry out my glutes. It's definitely working. It's just a pain in the ass that cuts into my sleep, but pretty much every bodybuilder is doing cardio unless you're some kind of super freak. I just didn't do cardio for a while because I was ahead, but I really got to put the final touches on it. So whatever, it's 3 more weeks of this shit, and then I can enjoy some sleep. So we're gonna head over here, Retro Fitness. Sorry, burping. I literally live right outside of it. I don't really train or lift weights here, just because, you know, I just don't. Sometimes I do, but it's so convenient that I'm literally walking to the gym for cardio. I don't have to get in my car, which is a bigger pain in the ass at 5:30 in the morning than actually just walking. So we're almost here. I was doing fasted cardio, 30, then 40, then 50 minutes in the morning. I was doing stairs and some treadmill. So recently, now we're at about 9 days out. For the last 2 weeks, I've been doing HIIT cardio. That's high intensity interval training, which is basically, I'll do the elliptical. I'll do it for 45 seconds of jogging, 15 seconds all out, and I'll repeat that cadence. I do that 3 times a day, away from a workout. So I go in the morning at 5:30 in the morning, over to the gym. I do a 15, right now I'm doing 16, so 16 minutes of the HIIT cardio, go home, change, eat breakfast, shower, and then I go to work, and I'll train at lunchtime, just my lifting, go home after work, another round of HIIT cardio, back home, eat again, go back at 10:30 for another round of HIIT cardio. So we're doing like 48 minutes of cardio total, but there's shorter bursts. This is to ensure I don't burn any muscle off. It's good for bringing in the glutes, which is definitely working. That's how I'm really going to be judged on stage. Honestly, yeah, it sucks to get up at 5:30 in the morning. I was used to getting up at 7, for work, but this is part of the game. You're gonna have to give up stuff. You're gonna have to suffer a little bit. This prep was a lot easier than last time, so this extra effort's really gonna help me step it up. I'm on the stairs, trying to dry out these glutes. Half of bodybuilders have striated glutes, which is kind of screwed up because you can have other body parts. Some guys just genetically can't get striated glutes and they get penalized for it. But we're gonna give our best shot. So when you're in prep, you're in the gym, 6-7 days a week. You kind of got to get creative, do some different things to hit some different muscle fibers. One thing I like to implement with my chest workout is, rather than doing a normal like incline dumbbell bench press, they're called chest bursters. You'll see me do them. The dumbbells are kind of touched together. But you have to squeeze them together to keep them together, and you lower them down to your chest and push up. It actually hits the middle of the chest more rather than the outside part of the chest, kind of give you that thick look. I'll do it in place of a dumbbell press. You can't go too heavy because the triceps kind of take over with it, but it's definitely a good change up to kind of shock the body. In terms of for shoulder press, everybody, they want to get under the barbell, they want to get under the dumbbells, and they're great. Those are compound movements. The bread and butter is the shoulder training. Being that I'm in prep, I like to get a little creative. We have a standing calf raise. It's also like a type of squat, but you can also do calf raises on it. There's handles that go horizontal like how a shoulder press would be. So I load the plates up and I'll do standing shoulder press, and you can focus on just pushing the weight up. There's not you don't have to balance it, nothing like that. So you can actually push a little bit more weight. It's kind of, you can get your head in between it. So almost like a behind the neck press at some point, depending where you position your feet. And, it's a killer. It's great. I don't do it every time because I do like to still keep the bread and butter barbell presses and stuff in there. But this is a great one, and that pump that I got from this particular workout was insane because I hadn't done it for a while. One thing that I learned, and one exercise that I neglected, and going back as far back as when I was like 14, and my father was trying to tell me that I should be doing this, and I blew him off and stuff like that and told him he didn't know what he was talking about, was the dumbbell pullovers. And Two guys that turned me on to those are Jason Hutt and Roman Fritz. Two reasons. One, it pulls the whole chest up. When you go back, you take an inhale your breath, it pulls the whole chest up, it expands the rib cage and kind of gives you more of that tapered look, especially in a front double bicep, which was a huge issue for me. Expanding the rib cage, you know, and having that flared look is basically everything to do with that pose, and my pose is very weak in the past. So I incorporated all this dumbbell pullovers into every chest workout. I incorporated some kind of pullover into my back workout. A lot of times that'll be with a rope, but truth be told, the rope cannot be substituted for the dumbbells. It can be supplemented, but don't think just because you're doing the rope that you're doing that you're doing a proper pullover. Make sure you get on your back, do the thing, take the breath in at the top, stretch out, and pull it back. I mean, you'll thank me later. Your whole chest comes up. It just gives you a lot better, a thicker look, and makes that front poses in the front lat spread and the front bicep look better. Yesterday, I had a load day. So I'm going to do this load a few days before the show. This is a trial run. Basically what it is there's a lot of, it's not a refeed where I'm going to Chipotle and ice cream and everything like that. It's a whole day, you know, every meal. Protein's lowered down to 3 to 4 ounces of protein, which is very low for me. I'm used to 8 to 9, 10 ounces of protein. And then carbs are raised a lot. Normally right now, my normal diet is 200 grams of carbs a day. This was 800. We wanted to see how the body reacted by the next day, just so we know if any changes need to be happening when it's game time. So basically I had added, like breakfast, I had 2 bagels to the morning to my egg whites. I had some Gerber rice cereal that was told to me to eat. It's very finely granulated rice. You only have to mix water in it, like cold water. You don't have to cook it like an oatmeal or anything like that. I went down real easy, no bloatingness, and this is made for babies with sensitive stomachs. So that's the idea, being this close to the show. Any kind of food that I'm not used to could freak me out. So, you know, we wanted to stay away from that. And of course, egg whites, you know, just a very, very, you know, lean and gentle protein, you know, as opposed to like a steak or something like that. I gotta say, this prep, being that I had to do less work than I did last time, my energy levels are better at times. I'm starting to get to that point where I'm getting a little loopy. Not like where I'm completely delirious, but there are times that I just need to sit down, you know, take a rest. I mean, I'm working out 4 times a day, so I don't even know if it's the diet that's killing me or the fact that I'm just exercising so much. But it gets to me every so often. Sometimes I don't feel like working out, but, you know, for the most part I do. In terms of how I feel, this is the most confident I've ever been going into a show since I've started bodybuilding. In the past, it was kind of just like, all right, just get through this session, keep your head above water, and we'll see how we do. I am confident that I'm going to win. And that's not, people at home are like, oh, he's arrogant. I believe with my look and what it's going to look like at the show that I'm at least going to be in the mix. I wouldn't be going to the show if I didn't think that I was going to be in the mix. I know what I look like. I've surpassed by 100 times where I thought I would be. I think that I could be even better. So each cardio session right now, I'm running harder, I'm training harder, and I'm really just trying to push for the last push for the 9 days and, you know, see where we go. But I do think that I could push myself over the edge and find myself in the winner's circle.